State Air Gun. I'm your host Lou, and Crosman has a new pellet out. It's a 7.0 grain domed pellet. So we're going to test that bad boy out today in the modded 1377 for 10-yard accuracy, 25-yard accuracy, ballistics. Now let me just say real quick, my ballistics gel is a little cloudy, so we're going to cut out that part and go right to the clay into gel part. But don't worry, we're going to dig the pellets out. We're also going to use the Crosman F4 brake barrel to see what kind of power we're getting. And in a part 2 episode of this review, we're going to test it out at 25 yards with a brake barrel down the farm.
Taking an up-close look, you can see they are a little different from what I'm used to seeing from Crosman, especially with the ridges there on the dome pellet. Give you a side and underneath view. They're not super clean. Perhaps my boy Andy can clean them up a little bit. Side view, there you go. And here's a little comparison with a 7.9 grain wad cutter. You can see the skirt is way down low with the dome there. A little bit of a difference there. It seems like they're just smaller in the We will be comparing these directly with other domed Crosman products in the future, but here is the weight. We're going to just test 3 random pellets. 7.0 grains is what they're supposed to weigh, and with the second one here, it is also 7.0 grains. So we're going to grab one more, just 3 random pellets out of the tin, and believe it or not, all 3 of them ended up being consistent. They don't look pretty, but they're consistent. And I measured the head size there. It does look like 4.50 millimeters. Here is another measurement, 4.51. So a little variation there, but still very, very close. Another 4.51. So consistent. Got to give them that.
All right, that was a close-up look at the new Crosman dome pellet. Let's take her downstairs with a 1377 modded, just a 24-inch barrel-only power mod, and see what kind of numbers we get and 10-yard accuracy. This is the upgraded 1377 24-inch barrel. It usually shoots right around 8 foot-pounds of muzzle energy at about 683 to 85 feet per second with a 7.4 grain pellet. So I'm expecting 700s with this one here. 741. 3. 720.
What the hell is the world coming to?
Don't know what happened there, folks. That could be the chronograph itself. All right, we're showing some promise here. Got a nice tight group at 10 yards with the domes. 0.44 inches, so under half an inch. So I'm going to call that a dime size group. Very happy with that. Off to a good start, but we still got some work to do, so let's get to it. Moving on to the 1377 clay ballistics testing.
So far off to a good start. We'll see how they do at 25 yards outside in the backyard, some stealth style shooting. But I just want to get some power levels with a brake barrel here, so let's see what we get.
We'll be using the Crosman F4
about
brake
2
barrel.
feet back behind the chronograph. So I'm not going to be testing this in the backyard.
Crosman F4 ballistics testing.
I'll be back.
That's the F4. Definitely got some deformation. That's the 1377. We'll dig these out.
So now, let's take it out back to the backyard and check out some 25-yard accuracy before we dig those pellets out of the ballistics gel.
Just testing out the 1377 at 25 yards. The F4 is too loud for the backyard. Overall, not bad, folks. We had an 8 to 12 mile an hour breeze. The bulk of the group is a quarter-size group. I have my traditional flyer. Nothing I can do about that. But 1.22 inches, 1.2 inches. I would have liked to have 1 inch, but hey, what can you do? After digging them out, this is the 1377. On the left here is gel only, not much deformation. On the right is clay into gel. We got a pretty decent amount of deformation there. And then we stepped it up to the Crosman F4 brake barrel. On the left, had a little more deformation with gel only. And on the right, with the clay into gel, you can really see that it did get a nice wallop there.
What do we think of the new Crosman Dome pellets? I'll tell you what, they aren't pretty, but they are consistent and so far accurate, especially in lower powered air guns. And that's quite frankly what they're designed for a 7.0 grain pellet. You want a lower power pumper pistol, CO2 pistol. Heck, you could probably use a Legacy 1000. We're going to try and shoot 25 yards with the Crosman F4. Haven't tried any accuracy of that, but it's close to 1,000 feet per second, so we don't know if they're going to be stable or not. But we're going to try them at 25 yards. But on top of that, we're going to bring down the Legacy 1000. It pushes about 10 to 11 foot-pounds of muzzle energy. So we're going to test that out at 25 yards as well when we get down to the farm. So stay tuned for a part 2. Everybody, I hope you learned something today. Check him out, especially if you have a lower powered air gun and you're looking for a little bit more speed, maybe a little bit more muzzle energy. So out to 10 yards, you can do a little more hunting, or 25. There you go. Everybody stay safe, and I'll catch you all next time.